Hi guys, welcome to another audio video elaborating Job 41 of the King James Version Bible. And it reads, Canst thou draw out Leviathan with an hook, or his tongue with a cord which thou lettest down? Canst thou put an hook into his nose, or bore his jaw through with a thorn? Will he make many supplications unto thee? Will he speak soft words unto thee? Will he make a covenant with thee? Wilt thou take him for a servant for ever? Wilt thou play with him as with a bird? Or wilt thou bind him for thy maidens? Shall the companions make a banquet of him? Shall they part him among the merchants? Canst thou fill his skin with barbed irons, or his head with fish spears? Lay thine hand upon him, remember the battle, do no more. Behold, the hope of him is in vain. Shall not one be cast down even at the sight of him? None is so fierce that dare stir him up. Who then is able to stand before him? Who hath prevented me that I should repay him? Whatsoever is under the whole heaven is mine. I will not conceal his parts, nor his power, nor his comely proportion. Who can discover the face of his garment? Or who can come to him with his double bridle? Who can open the doors of his face? His teeth are terrible round about. His scales are his pride, shut up together as with a close seal. One is so near to another that no air can come between them. They are joined one to another. They stick together that they cannot be sundered. By his nescins, a light doth shine, and his eyes are like the eyelids of the morning. Out of his mouth go burning lamps, and sparks of fire leap out. Out of his nostrils goeth smoke, and as out of the seething pot or cauldron. His breath kindled coals, and the flame goeth out of his mouth. In his neck remaineth strength, and sorrow is turned into joy before him. The flakes of his flesh are joined together. They are firm in themselves, they cannot be moved. His heart is as firm as a stone, yea, as hard as a piece of the nether millstone. When he riseth up himself, the mighty was afraid. By reason of breakings they purify themselves. The sword of him that layeth at him cannot hold the spear, the dart, nor the arbagion. He esteemeth iron as straw, and brass as rotten wood. The arrow cannot make him flee. Sling stones are turned with him into stubble. Darts are counted as stubble. He laugheth at the shaking of a spear. Sharp stones are under him. He spreadeth sharp pointed things upon the mire. He maketh the deep to boil like a pot. He maketh the sea like a pot of ointment. He maketh a path to shine after him. One would think the deep to be hoary. Upon earth there is not his like, who is made without fear. He beholdeth all high things. He is a king over all the children of pride. Here it is where God is speaking about a Leviathan and asking Job if he can actually slay a Leviathan. So he's actually comparing basically the pride here is comparing to a Leviathan. All what he has said before, he's basically saying about one with pride. I don't know if it is that you are actually delving in and getting the understanding that I am. But here it is. Those that are very prideful, they are the ones that are prone to not listen and actually heed the knowledge of others, heed the leadings of others, heed the warning of others, the reproach of others. A person who is very prideful, their minds are basically impenetrable. Nothing that they do not want to receive can be given unto them. So if it is that you come with sharp knowledge, right? Because we're comparing knowledge now to brass and iron, and here it says that they're like nothing to a Leviathan. They're like nothing to a person of pride. Okay? A person who is so prideful they cannot retain anything, and they're basically filled with rage in a way. They think that they are a light unto others. They think that they're a beacon unto others. They seem to want to leave this sense of fear in others, where others fear that they will not actually gain understanding, right, of the things that are being, the knowledge that is being imparted onto them. So I had learned from one of my Bible studies that a Leviathan, which is being described here, is basically a creature that one would fear just looking at them. Okay, they impart fear onto others, and they instill fear in others, and you would think basically that, okay, when you do not want to see one, because if you see one, you're basically thinking you're gonna die, because you shall surely die at the fierceness of that creature. And here we see that is basically what is being acknowledged, where it relates to pride, because we're not comparing Leviathan to pride. Okay, that's what we're doing here. We're not just basically disassociating the Leviathan in and of itself and just focus on the fact that the Leviathan was being described here, and the fear that people feel towards the Leviathan, and the reason why they feel that fear towards the Leviathan. We're thinking about pride also. Okay, and it says that pride goeth before a fall, and this only shows you the Leviathans are Leviathans around. No, they're not around. They've actually been extinct, because we know not of any Leviathans or anything like that. So they've gone, just as those that actually are very prideful and do not heed judgment and do not heed the instruction of others perish. So did the Leviathan perish also. Alright guys, so that's all I'm gonna say to you. Don't be too prideful that you do not actually listen and heed what others say to you. It's for you to listen at times and deduct whatever information you need to from that. Okay, that is our job as human beings. Okay, and we can ask God for guidance on what to actually deduct from what is being said by others. Okay, because it is in listening that we'll actually be enlightened. We'll be enlightened as to who a person is and what a person is about. We'll be enlightened on facts of life, facts and knowledge of life. Okay, if we cannot listen, then we will not be able to hear all the knowledge that God wants to share with us. Okay, so we need to be open to that and not be prideful. Okay, all right guys, so I'm gonna leave you right here. Please remember to walk in your salvation And if you've not yet gained it, then seek it. There's no better time to begin than the present. Have yourselves a blessed day. Bye.